Hey everybody, Stu here. Today we're going to go on a ranger-led hike to the Red Rock Falls. So let's check this out. Let's see if this one goes through. Alrighty, it looks like we found the spot this time for sure. We're meeting up right here in front of the Swift Current Motor Inn. We're going to take the trail. I do believe it starts down here, and we're going that way. So let's see what we can find.
Red Rock Falls is about a 3.5 mile round trip hike up the Swift Current Valley. We're actually going to see 2 lakes and a waterfall and incredible views. Ups and downs, but not any significant elevation change along the way. The way we do it as a guided hike is I will really take our time going up there with lots of stops to talk about things along the way. I have ideas about things to talk about, but this need not be a formal lecture series. Please ask questions. Let me know what you folks are interested in along the way. We will conclude the organized hike just before we get to Red Rock Falls, and then at that point, you can spend as long as you want at the falls. You could continue up the trail farther if you would like. I'll leave it up to you. I'll be, spending 10 minutes or so at the falls and then ambling back, and you're welcome to join me on the way back, but that won't be a formal part of the hike. So does that more or less sound like what people were looking for? Yes. Good idea to have, some water and snacks and whatnot. We'll be back by lunch. Always good to have some layers. And so on this particular map, we're right down here, and we're going to go up the Swift Current Pass Trail. This trail ends up at Swift Current Pass, so that's its name. Red Rock Falls is just one of the stops along the way. And then the other thing just to talk about real quickly, as we're looking at this and thinking we really are entering de facto wilderness, and so one of the things to be aware of course, is the whole bear and in this valley, moose, the wildlife awareness. So those are both big animals that we have in this valley. We may see them, we may not see them. They may see us even if we don't see them. And so one of the things to keep in mind, especially with bears, is that we don't want to startle a bear, sneak up on it. We want sound that carries ahead of us on the trail, so that if there are any bears in the area, they won't be surprised when we show up. So feel free to carry on loud conversations within the group. You will hear me hooting and hollering, hey-o, periodically. Don't get excited. I'm just in front of the group, so I really have it in my best interest that there's sound that carries ahead of me. Again, if we were to see a bear or a moose, we would stop, we'd give them a lot of space, back away, respect them in their habitat. So questions about anything along those lines? I work for the government, and so when I go back to the ranger station, I need to write down how many people were on this hike. Do you think that while I'm talking, you can quietly count how many people are in this group and then tell me when I'm done?
You can count you and me?
I don't count, but you definitely count.
Good question.
Yeah,
Awesome. Count me too?
Yes. You count. Yep, okay, so you count. So you count to yourself and then remember the number and tell me when I finish talking. Okay? So this tree always gets a lot of attention as we walk up this trail. This is actually a junction. We're going to head down here on a little side trip to Fisher Cap Lake. This is a lodgepole pine. And what do you suppose might make a tree bend like this? Snow. So there are cases where heavy snow on a young tree, obviously it impacted it when it was very young and flexible. Snow can impact it. Wind can impact it if it like causes it to get caught under something else and stay down for an extended period of time. What else might impact it? Avalanche can change the shape of trees in some places.
I think a bear bedded down on it.
Oh, let's make a really good story. Yeah.
The baby bear was sleeping in it. Yeah.
Baby bear using it as a jungle gym. I've seen like bend.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, we've seen that in the Great Smokies, actually.
What's that? What's that?
Another tree.
If another tree fell on top of it when it was young and held it in this position for like multiple years, and it would grow around.
A widower.
So those are all things that impact trees similarly. We do not know for sure what happened to this one, but there are clues around here. We know that there are other places in the Rocky Mountains where there are whole areas of the forest with lodgepole pine with strange deformities like this, where they have determined that it's simply a genetic mutation. Wow. And if you look around here, this is not the only tree that has odd, twisty bends in it. And so while all of those would be possibilities in different places, my vote, but it's not a definitive answer, but my vote based on what I see going on in this general area is that there is something genetic. Yeah. So this forest that you're looking at is not a very old forest. We'll be talking more about the history of this area, but everything you see growing here has come up since 1936. So 1936, a fire burned everything in this valley, and what you see is, you know, as forests go, pretty recent growth from there. However, there is another. So did you come up with a number for me?
There were 20 people.
20 people. That's a number I can remember. Job. Thank you for counting that. Yeah. So you notice that this tree has a very soft area right here with no bark. What do you suppose that's all about?
Kids.
So probably the ranger's touching it, but it's also we have two candidates here. If parents lift small children up here, it tends to be a good place to take a picture of them. So I think most of this is worn from little bums sitting there, which the tree seems pretty strong and it can handle that. So. The hotel is built, we've got vehicles and visitors coming, and the one of his last visits in the 1920s after the visit, he actually went to a ceremony. Line down to the left from Swift Current Mountain, the low spot on the skyline. The V is actual Swift Current Pass. So we are on the Swift Current Pass trail, and that's where this trail eventually crosses.
Alrighty, we got some huckleberry bushes. This is what all the locals use to make their jams. But right now there's not too many of them. Looks like they're popped up. that was the Red Rock Falls. Very beautiful. Now we're going to be hiking our way back. We have some dark clouds and some raindrops are starting to fall. So we're gonna head back to the campground. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's raindrops keep falling on the lake.